The Lavender Locket, and the Lost Spring Break. Sarah Jenkins, a 21-year-old aspiring botanist, had a thing for orchids, specifically Cattleya orchids. Every Tuesday at 7:00 a.m., rain or shine, she visited Mrs. Higgins' greenhouse downtown, hoping to coax a bloom from the temperamental Royal Empress's variety. On March 12, 2019, a Tuesday, Sarah nearly skipped her ritual. A fight with her boyfriend, Mark, about her obsessive study habits still stung. She almost turned back, wanting to wallow in self-pity, but the promise of a spring break trip to the Everglades, a reward she'd promised herself if she aced her midterm, spurred her on. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming jasmine as she unlocked her bike, the bright Florida sun already beating down. Mrs. Higgins, watering a row of ferns, mentioned a charming young man who'd inquired about rare orchids just the day before, sketching in a notepad with an odd lavender-colored locket hanging from his pocket. Sarah dismissed it, focusing on her orchids, unaware that the sketch in that notebook was of her. At 1:17 p.m., Sarah, beaming after a successful midterm, strolled along University Avenue, earbuds blasting Vampire Weekend. A beat-up, dark green Ford Explorer with a dented fender idled beside her. The driver, a man with intense, ice-blue eyes, rolled down the window. "Excuse me," he said, his voice surprisingly gentle. "I'm from the university's Botanical Society. We found this notebook near the greenhouse. Is it yours?" He held up a familiar-looking black moleskine. Hesitant, Sarah leaned closer. As she did, a hand shot out, clamped over her mouth, and she was yanked into the Explorer. The world exploded in a chaos of muffled screams, the smell of stale cigarettes, and the frantic thumping of her heart. The tires screeched as the Explorer tore away, leaving a plume of exhaust in the air, and Sarah's half-eaten mango smoothie splattered on the sidewalk. All she could hear was the rasping, ragged breath of the man beside her as he bound her wrists with zip ties. For 5 days, Sarah existed in a nightmare. She was held in a damp, windowless cellar, the air thick with mildew and the constant drip, drip, drip of water. She learned her captors were members of the Sanctuary of the Blooming Sun, a doomsday cult led by a charismatic figure named Elias Thorne. Thorne preached about a purification through floral sacrifice, convinced that Sarah, with her botanical knowledge, was the perfect offering to appease their floral deity. He would rant about the evils of modern science, his words laced with botanical metaphors, occasionally brandishing a rusty pruning shears. He never laid a hand on her directly, but his icy gaze was a constant torment. On March 17th, a routine traffic stop 50 miles north of Gainesville, a state trooper noticed a nervous driver and a faint, sickly sweet odor emanating from the back of his truck. Inside, he found fertilizer, gardening tools, and a tattered copy of The Secret Life of Plants with Sarah's name scrawled inside. A raid on Thorne's ramshackle ranch revealed a disturbing scene. Makeshift altars adorned with wilting orchids, ritualistic drawings on the walls, and an empty, blood-stained altar. Sarah was gone. They found her locket, though, clutched to a wilted Cattleya orchid. If Thorne was captured and his followers apprehended, where did Sarah's orchid go? And why was it the Royal Empress she was so desperate to see bloom?